Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. I am excited today because I'm live, which I'm not always live on a Saturday, you guys know that. But I am trying to get my tablet to sync up, and it doesn't seem to be wanting to. Weird. Let me try this again while I'm waiting for anyone to pop on. Sometimes it just does this. Oh gosh. I don't know why I can't see what's going on. I don't know why. I'll try again in a few minutes, but for now, I cannot see what you guys are commenting on, so I apologize for that. Hang on. I think I might have found it. I love when Facebook does updates. It's saying manage post. And, oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, I give up. My tablet is just not making me happy lately. So here we are. Let me see if anyone has popped on. Okay, so say hello when you pop on, ask your questions, and I will check them later. Again, this is me, Carrie, with Stampin' Up! I'm your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. My Stampin' Up! Shopping website is MemoryINKers.com. You can email me at MemoryINKers@gmail.com. My April 2024 hostess code is F as in Frank, E as in Edward, T as in Thomas, M as in Michael, J as in Jeffrey, U as in Umbrella, R as in Robert, Y as in Yellow. Okay, so let me now move these out of the way. All right, so we are going to talk Paper Pumpkin. I'm going to do my best to make sure I stay in camera. So I'm looking to see where. It looks like I've got my whole glass mat, so that's good. So, you guys, this month's Paper Pumpkin, holy moly, is it awesome! So if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, yes, you can buy refills. Go to my website, MemoryINKers.com, and look for those refills, because they are, I'm doing alternatives for you. I have some already made, but just the cards that come with the kit are so beautiful. So this is the stamp set, as you can see. And so it's got 2 different butterflies and 3 different sayings and some sploosh, splosh, whatever you want to call it. So that comes with it. It's got a multitude of die cuts, which I've used most of them. It actually has 3 different card bases. I'm only showing you 2 right now, but I'll be using the other one, so you'll see them. But, I mean, even the envelopes are just, oh, so beautiful. They're just gorgeous. And this color that is in here, this is that new basic beige, which I am falling madly in love with. Madly. Of course, dimensionals, glue dots, some tear and tape, and a basic gray stamping spot. Okay, so those are all the goodies. So let me show you a couple of things. Hang on. I left them on my other table. So I'm going to stand up so I can be sure you're seeing these. These are the cards that are suggested by Stampin' Up! Aren't they pretty? I love that foil. But what you cannot see is this line is foiled also. So it's so pretty. And it's dimensional. A lot of things are popped up. Here's the second card by Stampin' Up! And you can see foil, foil, foil dots, foil, foil, foil. Love it. And this seems like, when I first saw this piece, I was like, what the heck? But I actually really like it. It's very cool. And here we go. This to me is the wow card. That is gold foil under there. So you get this beautiful pre-die cut, partially die cut because the body is still connected. And so those are the cards. So I want to show you I did make a little bit. It's saying I have a slow connection again, so I'm hoping everything is working out. So this is, oops, I have a piece of string on there. This is my remake of this. It looks a little crooked to me. I'm going to have to fix that. But it's on with tear and tape, so I don't know. Let me see if I can fix that right before your eyes. I always worry when I'm taking stuff apart that I'm going to tear it up. Looks like I'm able to do it because I just barely finished this one. So now I can straighten it out a little bit. Perfection is overrated. It's better. Okay, so there you go. So it's similar, right? But I put it on the basic gray cardstock, and I cut the card base down, and then I trimmed it down this piece too. And I wrote what I trimmed it. Let's see. So the gold foil, which you can see is big, I trimmed that down to 3 inches by 3 3/4, and then the butterfly I cut off the sentiment, and that made it 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. So hopefully that will help you. Here's another recreated. Now this is from the add-on dies, Thanks and Beyond dies, which are available right now. I used this right here. And what I did was I cut it out in white with this also. And then I very carefully trimmed around. I'm not sure how easy it is to see on the card, but there are stitches on this die. So what I did was I trimmed just inside the stitches so that I could mat it with the balmy blue. Actually, I think this is boho blue. So, and boho blue on the inside. Another super simple one here, I used the Thanks die. And I did this one on basic gray with the basic beige on the inside. So, and this was just the scrap piece that I cut off of this. That's what I used. And then here is another one that is a redo. Okay. Did I do anything on the inside? No. Okay, so those are some cards that I have already created with this. Now, one of the things I want to show you is that we have these foam adhesive sheets. They're small little sheets of basically dimensionals, right? But it's a whole sheet. It's the one piece. So what I did was I used that same Thanks die, and I adhered the Moody Mauve, I had to think about that for a minute, to one of the pieces before I used the die to cut it out. And I did roll it back and forth so that I was sure that it was going all the way through. And I know that it did. It's just there's some intricate parts here that you kind of have to play with to get that apart. But I love this because now my sentiment is up, right? It's up on dimensional all the way. You do have to be careful because I'm trying not to tear away the transfer piece so that it doesn't stick to everything, but it wants to, really wants to do that. Okay, and then you need to poke out a couple of pieces here. And that little dot there in the A. Crafting can be tedious, but this is not super tedious. It's just that I'm doing a video. I'm telling you, you guys know I say it all the time. When I'm making a video, things give me more trouble than they do when I'm just crafting all by my lonesome and nobody's watching. It's just the way it is. Okay, that's going to come off when I take the transfer off. So anyway, so I have the dimensional Thanks. But the other thing that I am doing with this one is I have some pieces here that I want to use. This was for me, I was testing something, so We don't need that. I have adhesive stuck to me. All right, so I want to use the spots, and I want to kind of sort of replicate this, but not completely. But I'm only going to do it on the top half. So I'm going to take my embossing buddy. This one is well loved. I have the new one that came with the embossing kit. I just haven't used it yet. And then I am going to use Versamark. Well loved Versamark pad also. I have a nice clean one. Do I know where it is? Yes. I just haven't pulled it out. I also have a brand new one in my stash, like still in its glory, all wrapped up nice and pretty. Do you guys do that? Do you guys have like favorite parts that maybe you get two of just in case you don't want something to run out? Or I really like Versamark. I think it's fun because look at this. I mean, literally, I don't even have to emboss this. I could literally just leave it as is, and it would still kind of give the same effect. But I'm going to emboss it. So you're going to hear me embossing. I'm going to sprinkle it with some gold embossing powder. And then I am going to heat set it with my heat tool. So this is going to take me a minute. Because seriously, you guys, I can barely get to stuff because I have boxes piled all over my stamp room and my stamp and storage area, because I've been packing and pricing and prepping for Mega Meet. I have stuff everywhere. So I'm really excited for Mega Meet. It's going to be a fun year, I think. Okay, hopefully I got them all. I'm going to see if I can see. It looks like I've got them all covered, but we will see how that goes. Now I'm going to heat it up. And see, someone's watching. Say hello. And see if I can get these to turn gold for me. It'll take just a minute for it to start to heat. I was going to do this before so you guys didn't have to watch this, but I think it's fun. Oh, it's starting. Cool. I think it's fun to watch things emboss. I just think it looks really cool, and I'm hoping you guys can see it embossing. It's hard to tell what I can see and what you can see sometimes. There, see it going? I'm hoping you guys can see it going. See, it looks like Sherry's watching. It told me that. Even though it's saying I have a slow connection, so hopefully it's going okay. All right. So now I have that embossed. So there, hopefully you guys can see it. I saw it flash. There we go. All right, so I know most of you guys have been around and have embossed for a very long time. So you guys know what that's all about. All right, so now I'm going to adhere this onto the front and see how it kind of doesn't match, but it kind of matches. And I am going to just use my liquid glue. Now, you're going to find if you have this paper pumpkin kit, it is suggesting to use a lot of the tear and tape and the glue dots. And that's because you're doing shiny on shiny. And sometimes when you're sticking to something that's got the foil, it needs a stronger adhesive for it. Now, I'm just going to add my butterflies. Now, this butterfly is so pretty on its own, but look at this one. I wanted it to have the Moody Mauve color in it, because I'm using this with just the basic beige, and I didn't want the white. It looks okay. I mean, I'm fine with it, but I just really didn't want to do that. So I do not have a scrap paper here, so I'm going to just fake it. And I'm using my blending brush, and I'm just going over it and letting it have pink where it's white. And my glass mat will clean up very pretty, so I don't have to worry about that. So now the other thing I like to do with my butterflies, as you guys know, is I like to make them fly. So I bend in the body, and I kind of bend it on each side of the body, so I get kind of sort of a flat piece here, if you guys can see that. Like I said, I can't see what you're seeing right now because my tablet's being dumb. I'm a little frustrated with my internet connection lately. And my dimensionals, I have already packaged open dimensionals, so I'm going to go ahead and use those for the wings. And I'm going to pop this little guy up. And I have to think about where things are going. I think that's going to go crooked. So he's going to be, or she, because she is kind of pinky, right? She's going to be right there. And then this one, I think I'm going to put it close to the thanks. So I'm going to put the thanks down first. Look at how awesome this is, that you get this nice thick thanks. Love it, love it, love it. Oops, there's that piece I don't want in there. And that piece stuck. I still have dips on my nails, you guys, so they're thick. And they don't want to be nice. All right. Good enough. You guys do that where everything's like sticking to your fingers. It'll make you nuts sometimes, right? But it's all worth it in the end. So I want this to stay straight, semi-straight. It's not perfect. And then here's my other butterfly. So I want it to have some flight in its wings also. I have a piece of that stuck to me. Oh, the trials of being a crafter. So I'm just going to put one on that one. I'm going to put him right on the thanks. So super easy, right? But then I thought about, look at these little guys. These are available now, but they're also carrying over into the new catalog. And they just seemed really appropriate to go with this kit, I think. So I am going to add some butterflies to this card. Now I want to put them where you can kind of see them. Okay, I saw it. I don't know what happened to it. I think it stuck to another butterfly. Yes, my Take Your Pick tool is yet again on my other table. So there, I just added a few, but you could add more. But the little gold butterflies just work really well with this kit. So that's another thing you might want to think about adding to your stash of products. These came out in 2022, so I'm actually really surprised they're still around, but awesome. I don't know if the price is changing. I didn't look that up, I'm sorry. But they're called the Brush Brass Butterflies, and they are currently available. They are number 158136. Also, don't forget, you know, April, at the end of April, all of the retiring specials and that are gone. So if you're planning to shop for any retired stuff, go there, because while I will have retired stuff at Mega Meet, I cannot hold anything for you. I cannot guarantee I have what you're looking for. And if you come up and ask me, do I have blah, 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 I may know that it was there, but I won't be able to tell you if it's been sold. Okay? So, yeah. So if you're something you really, really, really know you want, order it. Okay, so there's one card. Okay. And here is another. I think I have 4 of them for you today. So this is similar to the Stampin' Up! Original design, which is this one. But I'm using the one with the Lost Lagoon background. It's basically the same card. They just the background color is Lost Lagoon instead of Basic Gray. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this on here. But I don't want it to say I'm always here for you. So I have to find what I was going to do. I don't know where the piece is, so I'm just going to grab another one of these. I thought I had it embossed already. So, oh, I did. Ha! There it is. I've already pre-embossed. I have a thank you, which is obviously one of the labels that comes in the kit. So I am going to use my tear and tape to, sorry, while I reach for my stash. I like to use what I already have before I open up new ones. You guys like that? So I'm going to reach for my stash so that I can adhere this to the gold foil and the gold foil to the card base, because the card base has also got foil, right? You don't need a lot, just enough. So I'm just going across the top and the bottom. I think that is actually what it says in the directions to do also. Oh, actually, no, this is supposed to be popped up. Oops, it's okay. All is well. I can fix that. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it. Maybe this one won't be popped up. And that's fine. But I can't not pop up this butterfly, right? So here's what I'm going to do. Uh-oh, what is that? Something sticky. Hold on, let me grab my eraser thingy. I need to clean this thing. It's looking pretty sad. Something is stuck on there. And it's not coming off. All right, I'll have to embellish right there, right? Something's going to have to go there. Maybe some butterflies. So here is how I did these. You want to be careful. They are slightly attached. So when you pull them, just be gentle so you don't tear your butterfly as you're popping out its little wings. And again, bending at the body. And just a gentle twist with your fingers. This might flatten out if it goes in the mail. It might, but I'm hoping that it doesn't. So then we're going to just remove this transfer piece. And like I said, you could have put this up on dimensionals. I just forgot I was going to do that. But I am going to put the sentiment up on dimensionals, as you will see shortly. So, come on. I can do it. I can do this. So far it looks exactly the same, except a different background color on the card, right? But what I'm going to do is, I have this piece of foil, and I'm going to adhere that right over the words. All right. So I'm just going to use some liquid glue and go right over the words like so. And then I'm going to put it right to the edge of the gold foil on this side and there. And then I will just take my snips as soon as I think it's even. I'm going to snip off this extra piece before I adhere it to my card base with more tear and tape. I set it in the center, very similar to the other card, right? Very similar. But now I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. Now I want you to see, if I can center it, it's going to not have gold here and there because it was just leftover. It was a leftover piece that I trimmed. Remember, I had that other piece I trimmed, and then I had this piece that I trimmed when I did the other card that I shortened this. Gotta find it. This card. All right. So I don't want to do that. So I am going to find my dimensionals. And I'm going to pop it off a little bit off center so that I see the gold. But remember, this has gold on it. The words are embossed. So I am going to set it like that. Now, this was not in my plan. This was supposed to be the finished card. I think that thank you is rather crooked. Let's see what I can do about that. Let's see if I can straighten it. Sorry, you guys. I have to stick my face in here. It's one thing when you're working with foil, you get a lot of, because I've got lights coming in, you get a lot of craziness, right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that right there. Another butterfly. I'm going to put one down here. And then, oh look, this is where that other one went. They are adhered together. It's like a double butterfly. I'll have to play with that. I'm not going to make you guys watch me do that. And where will I put this other one? I think I will put that one right here. Okay. So there's another idea for you. Very similar, not totally alternate, but honestly, you guys, this kit, I didn't want to alternate it very much. So that was why you're not seeing a lot of that. Okay, so now for my next card. This is not my last card. This is my next card. I'm using the Lost Lagoon cardstock as a base because it is one of the colors that match. You guys know that, right? In the directions, it will tell you the coordinating colors. I think you guys know, but it is on the back. It'll say kit components and then coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors. So it's basic beige, basic gray, Lost Lagoon, moody mauve, and champagne. So, no, champagne is not a color you can buy in cardstock, but it is kind of in some of our foils. All right, so now I am going to use the Lost Lagoon ink, and this is for the inside of the card. So I'm going to stamp a couple of butterflies here. Just to have them available. I always have to think about what's the top, what's the bottom. But if you look carefully, there's a little bump right there. That's the butterfly head. So that's going to go on the inside of my card. Just super simple. Now, when I make alternate cards, I usually end up with more cards than I have of the envelopes that come in the package, right? So if that happens to you, remember that you can always stamp up your envelope. Okay, so now for this piece, I know because I've pre-cut, because again, I used the awesome coordinating dies. These are like really awesome. This is like the best add-on kit they've ever had. I'm not kidding you. So it comes with two pieces. Like you can cut out a butterfly just like this. This piece works very much like the piece that comes in the kit. And then, of course, here's the label and the thanks. But I put them together, so now my butterfly does what the one does in the kit, right? It pops up. So I cut it out as a butterfly, but you could see where you could do that just on a card base and not have the edge around it. You would just have to snip away there. So I know that's going to go on there, but I want a little bit more. So I'm using a sentiment from the stamp set in also Lost Lagoon. Sending loving thoughts your way. I thought that was a good one for pretty much anywhere, anytime that you want to send a card. It doesn't have to be, like, a lot of the sentiments on this remind me of like someone's ill or they're having a sympathy situation. So, but I think that sentiment can be used for pretty much anything. I left this open and probably should not have, but so I'm going to go ahead and just put that on there. And then with just this beautiful die, I am going to add some bling though. I will tell you that. So I'm going to hold it by the wings here that I'm not gluing. And I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive, little dots in places to hold this on to the card front. I still have a cough, you guys. Can you believe it? Still have a cough. And my husband is not feeling well right now. He's not sick with a cold. We think he might be passing kidney stone, so he's in a lot of discomfort. He's probably going to kill me for sharing that with you, but there it is. I did it anyway, right? Okay, where did I put the bling I was thinking of using? Here we go. Excuse me. So, I am going to add, now these colors don't exactly match, but they match close enough. But I thought this body was a little bit on the boring, like there's nothing there. So these are all the same size. I really like to do this when I have a couple of different sizes, but I don't. So here we go. So now there we go. Now we have the butterfly body with the wings. And I think that is just a sweet card. I think my friends who I would send it to would probably really like it. I hope you like it. And then, of course, you want to do the inside, which I didn't do on all my cards, but I can go back and add that in later because I have the stamps, right? Beautiful. Butterflies are always really popular. Okay, so here is my last card. I'm going to pop up and see if there's any comments or anything. Oh, my cousin Kim is watching. That's cool. I am not seeing any comments, and I'm wondering if it's because I'm having some slow issues. All right, so I am using basically the same card idea. I'm using this beautiful base. Gosh, it's so pretty. I just really love these paper pumpkin kits. Stampin' Up! Has a lot of kits, but I think it's fun that paper pumpkin is a surprise. I know not everybody feels that way, but I really like it. So this time I am using Happy Birthday, and that comes from, and I also used this one on another card, from the Simply Said kit. This is going to be in the new catalog. You'll be able to purchase that May 1st. So it's cute. It's got 2 different birthdays, which I think is awesome. 2 different thank yous. Just a note, hello, yay, let's celebrate, thinking of you, miss you. It's a great, you know how I feel about sentiments. I get a little overexcited. I know, but I love them. So I'm going to use one of the labels, and I'm going to use, where is my basic beige, basic gray? I left it on my table. Yep, I did. All right, so I'm going to grab my basic gray, because that's the color of the spot that came with this kit, the little ink spot. And I can see I have glue all over this thing right now. I'm going to move this down where I can see a little bit better, you guys. All right, so there we go. Happy birthday. Fits on there perfect, doesn't it? It's awesome. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this one down. Again, I am going to use tear and tape because this is so foiled. So we want to make sure that it'll stick, right, and not fall apart when it reaches the birthday person. Now, this might be kind of a feminine thing, but I mean, guys like butterflies. I mean, butterflies are awesome. Who doesn't like butterflies, right? Come on. They're awesome. Whoa, that's not cool. didn't adhere that down good enough, apparently. Never had that happen before. When does it happen? When I'm doing a live video. Thank you very much, live video, for doing that. And it's going to cause a lump, so I think I'm going to need to cut that off, tear it away. There we go. Sticky, sticky. There we go. I'm going to set that into the center of my card. So I do have a trick for the inside of this card, so don't hang up on me. Where are my dimensionals? They're probably in front of me. And oh, there they are. They're in front of me. All right. So I'm going to put this up on dimensionals before I attach all those other little butterflies. This is very similar to the Stampin' Up. I'm looking for it. The Stampin' Up version of this card. There it is. So here's the Stampin' Up version. So I'm basically doing the same thing on the outside of this card, but it's going to say happy birthday instead of surrounding you with love, which I think that can absolutely, like I've said, be used for anything. Oh, it did want to stamp here. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp another butterfly with the blue. Now, I probably should have used the gray. I know it would have been a different color, but I didn't bring my stamp cleaner over here, so I didn't. So I have two blues. Does anybody care? Is anybody mad at me for that? Probably not, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensionals on the back of all of these pieces here. Where did that one go? There it is. Okay. Now, it comes with regular size dimensionals, but I'm going to tell you, even though it says to put them on to these, they don't fit nice. So this is where you want to use your edges, because you need smaller pieces for those smaller four that are there. Just my opinion. You probably could squeeze it on there, but I don't like to be able to see my dimensionals if I can help it. So it's a very tight squeeze. That one might even need to be tighter. Hang on. I think that one needs to be smaller yet. So I'm going to take this little corner piece and use just a tiny bit. Or I could have grabbed like a mini dimensional. That would have worked too. There we go. This is my last card, but like I said, I have a trick for the inside, so don't go away. And pop off all my backs. So let me know what you guys are doing. Michigan's weather is being Michigan's weather. It's supposed to go like to 70 today, but we have rain. But it was freezing here yesterday. Freezing. Not really freezing, but it was very, very, very cold. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, so there's the front of my card. Of course, I could add some of those cool gold butterflies on there also. It is not symmetrical. This is definitely more symmetrical, and I could have followed it exactly, but I didn't want to. I don't want it to be exact. Okay, so now for the inside. You see, I have a, this is an old gift card from, obviously, Target. So I had one of these left, and I'm like, what am I going to do with it? So I'm going to put it on the inside, but I wanted to make a pocket out of it. So that's what I'm going to do. I am just going to put adhesive on like 3 sides, or 3 1/3 sides, whatever that you want to measure that one out to be. and I'm going to set it slightly off. So I do have a white edge around it. It gives you room to still write, but now you can slide a gift card in there. I don't want to leave that in there too long because this is not dry yet. But then it's a fun birthday card with a little gift. You can also put money in there if you don't want to put a gift card in there. So there's the Stampin' Up! One, and here's my version. So let me go through these real quick. Here's another one, same idea, same background. Here are these 2, 3 that are similar. And there's another one. And then these 2, which are done with the Moody Mauve. This is done with the Boho Blue. And here's another remake of that card. And again, that is everything for my alternatives this month. Love, love, love. I'm excited about next month's kit. Next month's kit's going to be, well, the one that's coming to you in May. All right. Remember, you have to sign up for Paper Pumpkin by the 10th of each month. So sign up. Also, if you want to purchase the multiple months, do that before the end of April because of Stampin' Up! Is increasing the price of Paper Pumpkin by 50 cents. I know it's only 50 cents, but just so you guys know if that matters. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these alternatives. I will post individual pictures of them on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/MemoryInkers, where you have watched this live. If you are watching this on YouTube, remember that my YouTube videos are all pre-recordings from my Facebook page. So if you want to see the pictures, hop over to my Facebook page and follow me there as well. Okay, you guys, thanks a bunch. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.